This is New York's number one, my friend says, you're listening to Call Now. Okay?
Call now.
Call now.
Call now. Call now. Call or log on now.
Call now.
Call right now. Call in the next 18 minutes. Call in the next 16 minutes.
Call in the next 7 minutes.
Call or log on now.
Hello and welcome to Call Now, where we plunge headfirst into the surreal world of infomercial. And while we can't offer you free shipping, we can guarantee that the views and opinions expressed on this podcast are definitely those of this network. Thank you, Tim. My name is Dan Sturdivant. I am joined, as always, by my co-host on this three-man we've known as Call Now, Mark Pedrati. Hello, Mark.
Hey boys, how we doing today?
Mark, you look so pretty, and I can't believe you were willing to do this in your gorgeous sweater.
Oh,
That's a reference to the end of the show.
And
also, I'm so tiny as well.
you're so tiny. And this is my idea of heaven. Dave Sandrini.
Hey, same here.
Hey, bub.
Love it.
How many of you have painted something around the house and you were so pleased with yourself because you were going to save money and do it, and after you did it, you said, I'm never going to do that again? Because he's Smans. It's such a hassle, such a problem. Everyone, that's what I thought. Listen, it's time for us to go to the experts and get some help sprucing up this 1960 paint jobs. We're going to hang out with Jan Muller and our number one lady, Nancy Nelson. It's time for the HomeRight PaintStick.
Don't let your next painting project get you down. Introducing the HomeRight painting system, featuring the innovative and easy-to-use HomeRight PaintStick.
Well, guys, painting's never been more fun, okay?
Never been easier or more fun.
This is, in all honesty, one of my favorite classic infomercials.
That's incredible.
Because it was on all the time when I was a kid in my non-cabled household where I had these fed through on 4x3 for the duration of my childhood. So I remember this one very well. I was always very excited to see Jan because he's also the food saver guy.
Great to see you again. You're right. I'm more fanatic about freshness than ever before.
He did that with Nancy as well.
The original freshness fanatic, of course, my buddy and yours, Jan Muller. Hi, kiddo.
Hi, sweetheart.
So the Jan-Nan combo, love them. And I really like the paint stick. I know we'll talk plenty more about it, but I think it's cool. I've always thought it was cool. I always wanted one in my house, and we never got one, but that's okay.
Sure.
And it's not on the level of Amazing Discoveries QRB.
You've got your work cut out for you. This is a piece of junk, Ron.
Which so far in our little universe here sits alone on the Mount Rushmore, I think.
But how much for all of this for Amazing Discoveries?
$39.95. Mike, don't push me any further.
A $72 value for $39.95. Then you've got yourself a deal.
With Sir Mike Levy and
Now, here's the host of Amazing Discoveries, Mike Levy.
Dame Lynn Gerhardt.
Well, let's welcome the daughter of the man who invented QRB, Lynn Gerhardt.
But this definitely follows the formula. There's no crowd conspiracy. Sorry, Mark. You may have other conspiracies. Can't dispute this crowd. They are here. They're heavily involved. They even ramp up and give it a little pushback to Jan in the pricing bit, which is pretty sweet.
My gosh.
You get everything. You see better? What do you want?
Yeah.
They're a very mature crowd.
Thanks for the vote of confidence, Granny.
There's a few weird #ClassicJan bits where he gets a little bit wonky, a little bit. Did you see what he just did? What?
Let me see
A
that.
little bit jumpy, a little hoppy.
I used to date a guy named Hoppy down in Alabama. He was quite a jumper, too.
Yeah.
Jet lag.
Jan gets a little bit silly, but it's never like he never calls anyone a gorilla
To feed the hungriest gorillas in your house.
or three-quarter cooks a turkey and flips it around, or
So pull it out, and it's about 3/4 of the way done now.
like they don't have to leave the place to go to a second location to demonstrate how to paint.
Come on, you guys. I know you're hungry. Look at this place that we're in. I can't imagine you came here full.
Well, we found one woman who hates her kitchen cupboards. We took Lynn, QRB, and our film crew to her home. Let's take a look at that footage.
Recently, I took the Roto Razor to a home improvement store, and I asked everyday people to try it for themselves.
We're going to go over and see Jan.
So it's all here. It's simple, right? This is a simple thing, done simply, done well. Use a single pump, you put the paint in, single pump, you push the paint out. It's kind of a no-brainer, right? Like from a product standpoint. Am I right? Or am I just co-opting my love for this product because it aligns with the time in my childhood before my parents got divorced, and then I started to understand the concepts of disappointment and dysfunction.
Well, dysfunction being the key question.
Power run?
Because it looks like it loads fine.
It's a half load right in there.
We can talk about the function for a little bit, right?
Sure.
Oh yeah, let's get functional.
The big concern has to be, does the paint really go into that roller?
How can chocolate pasta taste good?
Yeah, those jets get clogged.
Yeah, they have to, right?
Yeah, it's got to be dispersed evenly throughout the roller too. Yeah.
I bet the first day that you use the paint stick, you're like, this is the best day of my life.
That's incredible.
Yep.
And then I bet the second day you're like, this was pretty great.
I look okay.
And then the third time you break it out, you're like, I think I need a new paint stick.
Fresh homemade pasta.
But you get that lifetime warranty.
The HomeRight paint stick comes with a lifetime guarantee.
I don't know. Yeah, they never talked about replacing the rollers. They talked about cleaning them,
I hate cleanup.
which is pretty sweet.
It was smart of them to talk about how much a room would cost to paint.
$300 to $400 a room.
And they sold this thing at a fraction of what a room would cost. So you could almost make the case, to your point, which I do agree with, Dan, it's a throwaway item maybe.
No, don't throw in the trash can.
You buy one a room. You do a house, you buy one a room,
How many of them are you for my rooms?
throw them all away, and
This is a piece of junk, Ron.
you still painted the interior of your house cheaper than you would professionally.
Professional mom, and I've never done this before.
Yeah, I mean, a roller is pretty junky anyway.
That belongs in a junkyard or maybe someone's fireplace.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why you keep them in a milk crate in your garage. Then you just shove them away when you get your paint stick and just let them skid across the floor gently.
This stuff is outdated, so let's just get rid of it.
It's 3 easy payments of 20, right?
$19.95. Thank you.
You get it all for just 3 easy payments of $19.95.
I did like how the first time he goes through the pricing bit, and that first number feels so harsh and odd. $69.85.
So you get everything here for $69.85.
Immediate thought was, what's he gonna take out of that to make it a normal infomercial number? And all it was is $10.
And I'll cut $10 off the price.
Ah, there you go. Okay.
And it was like price, and then the 43 extra dollars,
64.
with the other items that they had, and then they cut the price. Like, it was a very tactical way of promoting it, showing it, slashing it, and giving you more. It was great.
I'm gonna do something more real quick. I would love to see more people jumping on their products. That's just a great bit.
Metal drill bits, masonry bits, wood bits, screwdriver
I thought he dented it. It looked like it was beat up. I wanted to follow that paint stick. I was like, oh, I think he might have messed that up.
Yeah.
What did he say it was made out of? Just space-age plastic?
Yeah.
This is made of durable space-age plastic.
So this was funny because, like, the little paint pad thing, the little edging pad thing that they have,
Oof.
I love that thing. Yeah.
This is called the Quick Painter.
that is made from a material that is for scuba diving.
This is made out of neoprene. That's what they use in scuba diving suits.
and then the space age plastic for the other roller. I was like, this helps us explore both sea and space.
The cosmos is all that is, or ever was, or ever will be.
Like, they've used some of the best technology here. Of course you can jump on it.
That's it.
Yeah, I think they're going the progressive route, right? Like, this is it's a new version of painting your walls. Slightly, you know.
Steam is a relatively new way to bake your homemade bread.
Whether you're following UFOs or USOs, you're going to want to paint your house with one of our products.
Pretty confident in this product.
Definitely enjoyed that.
This is just who I am.
Let's take a quick tour of the product itself, right? So it's a long handle paint roller that holds 18 ounces of paint,
If you want to see what 13 inches looks like.
which I say is enough to cover 64 square feet.
64.
64. Wall, for instance, on one fill. It evenly distributes the paint through the handle into the roller. You get the 1/2-inch roller for your interiors,
1/2-inch roller covers.
3/4 for the exterior, which are both included.
The 3/4-inch snap roller.
Like many of their SN on TV brethren, this is a system.
That's the whole system.
With my oil cleaning filtering system,
The HomeRight painting system.
With its own dust removal system.
The HomeRight paint system.
the complete 17-piece magic bullet system.
Or send check or money order to HomeRight painting system.
So the system is designed to replace all of your painting accoutrement, including your ladder.
You don't even need a ladder.
Because it's a long handle paint stick, so even if you're tiny or short, you can reach your ceilings. They also had the universal lid to suck the paint out and then also put the paint back in,
Dump it in.
which is a great invention. I'm a huge fan of that.
$3 value.
Sells for $3.
They had the splatter shield for painting ceilings without worrying about dripping.
It would have been dripping all
Speaking of not dripping, Jan was so confident in the
Oh,
fact that
man.
since the paint comes from the inside out,
I forgot about
that he sprints over to the audience and wings the thing around.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
And that was hashtag Classic Jan. He got right after it. That was pretty great. He did it
Yeah.
early. He comes out of the box so hot. We're going to talk a lot more about Jan because that's all there is on this thing. It's great.
It's as simple as
And I
that.
think that's part of it. It's simple. It's straightforward.
Oh, that's so simple.
We'll get into all of the deeper pieces of the components of the package
But before you go searching for your shovel,
as we go through the Ronnies.
Right.
But there's something very comforting
And now you can just twist on one of these colored comfort lips.
about this infomercial. It feels like they went to school on Amazing Discoveries and were like, okay, format's written, done.
well, that's good.
Let's not try to do it as well as Mike Levy and his cast of characters, especially on our favorite QRB with Lynn.
Lynn puts it up. Bang!
Because trying to match that is suicide. You can't do it. But it's like, hit your marks, strike every note, stay between the lines.
Plunging right in.
Painting joke. And, it's a well-executed missionary position infomercial.
It's a half load right in there.
It's right there. It does its job. Everyone's happy afterwards, or at least one of us is happy afterwards.
It feels so good.
And that's really all you needed, right? And again, some of the strangeness around Jan curb stomping his paint stick or the cutaways to the residents of Sandpiper Crossing in the crowd.
If you or a loved one is a resident of a Sandpiper Crossing facility or other associated retirement community,
Having a hard time reacting, and just how creepy everyone with glasses from the early 90s look. That was the main point where, thinking about how they put this together, I couldn't help but just ask, why?
Religion, greed, money, sex. But why? Why? And as always, it is easy to dismiss this stuff as a joke, but we have to consider the whys of each show, and there are a lot of them. But are there today?
the answer is yes.
Like Dan said, throwing them straight down the middle.
2 and 1 that
This
count.
episode feels so wholesome it hurts. Dan touched on that as well. Funny in the right spots, stupid in the right spots. A pretty standard production look with a studio stage that contains several different to-be-painted walls.
3 different outsides, right?
These cutaways to our audience are plentiful. We have 2 hosts who have really good chemistry, a voiceover section that starts real strong with a Jason Bateman-y paint guy who does something weird at the beginning. We'll get to that later.
Don't let your next painting project get you down.
It is Bateman.
It looks just like him. I liked watching the basics play out in real time. Production was interesting enough throughout as Nancy and Jan take us home to the big finish, which is the audience on set, which never gets old.
Yeah!
Audience, do you like stale, broken tortilla chips?
Never better than that. Pure joy from our seats. Just wish there was more of it.
I'm gonna do something more real quick.
Nice solid B+ effort. And you can really imagine seeing this pair live at a place like the Big E.
Made it to the Big E.
Now, my question for you guys. Have you ever seen an infomercial in person?
The answer is
No.
Because I have.
It feels so good.
Whoa. You're the new captain.
I'm the captain now.
No,
Yeah.
I have not, unfortunately. It's all I ever want.
I want to look like that guy.
But I've never been so privileged.
Let me set it up for you. So at the Big E,
Made it to the Big E.
which is Eastern States Exposition,
the Expos have won.
they have a few faux sets set up that look just as simple as these things.
It's as simple as
And
that.
these guys just go
Go.
and do their pitch.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
That was awesome.
Anyway, I don't want to derail you from the other production stuff, but I was kind of curious to see if you've seen one.
Can you see that working?
So another thing I was going to say, the structure is good. I mean, you got Jan and Nancy kind of going bananas.
I like banana.
You got the cut back to the narration bits.
Wood bits.
I love how they really treated the audience on set. End of the third act.
Pulled a lot of volunteers out of our
We
audience.
always want more of that. I just want one that's just only that.
That's all I
It
do.
would be fantastic.
What if they did a whole infomercial but never had a product? They just kept bringing people on stage and talking to them,
Hi, what's your name?
having them look at things. Like, all right, now look at this wall.
What
What
would you think if I put dirt on
do you
it?
think about this, right, kids? I think it's really good. I have walls in my home, too.
Pretty confident in this product.
And I think that if I could, I would do something with. Yeah, that's great. Thank you so much. Is
that amazing, folks?
And how does it taste?
How can chocolate pasta taste good?
It's different than I expected it. I haven't had anything to eat yet. I don't.
Oh, that's so simple.
And just torture the people.
I want to play a game.
Maybe I'm thinking of a different thing.
You're tiny. Let's talk to you. What did she say?
Oh, Rebecca.
Rebecca, you're tiny with a nice sweater. Are you crazy? You really want to paint something?
Rebecca, you look so pretty, and you were willing to do this in your gorgeous sweater. What do you think?
You know, I love that.
I like that.
Same thing with QRB.
I'm not going to do it. You do it.
No, don't put painting clothes on.
I have a lot of faith in this product.
Pretty confident in this product.
Yeah.
Somebody should have been wearing a tuxedo.
Why are you in a tuxedo?
When we get to the audience members on stage, the most basic names, I was waiting for them to be like, hey, who are you? I'm blah, blah, blah from blah, blah, blah. I was like, hey, who are you, John?
Hi, what's your name?
John. They were clearly coached.
I don't know what to say, really.
Which is kind of unfortunate because I usually like those audience segments when there's possibility for them to go off the rails.
I've never had bread that moist before.
Like Terry Scott.
Cajun linguine.
Yeah.
I can't believe this. I can't believe this. I'm telling you.
It looks magic.
It looks magic.
I like that they're so scripted.
I'm a bacon fan.
Oh,
it makes
yes.
the best bacon nice and crisp. I don't like my bacon soft.
Right.
Crisp bacon.
That you can tell that they're doing an action, right? They're painting something and they're just clutching to their action as like, this will get me through this.
You can completely control the depth of the blade.
Horrible anxiety I have right now, or, you know, at least nerves of saying this line on camera.
It makes you want to do it.
Which they've never done before.
So pull it out, and it's about 3/4 of the way done now.
They don't want to goof it up on TV.
Can I goof it up on television?
That's what's so great. Yeah.
Can't goof this up.
You won't goof it up.
You cannot make any mistakes. Jan does say that one time.
No, you
I
can't
always
do it
find a
wrong.
way to do something.
No, he says, it's so simple a child can do it.
So easy, even a child can do it.
Yeah, that's right. Did Nancy write that down for you? That's a good one.
It's so easy, a child can do it.
It's like a giant fountain pen.
We're sort of pushing that fountain pen along.
They're good together.
Kiddo.
Hi, sweetheart.
How are you?
Great to see you
They
again.
work.
Yeah.
From the top, him running in is, I don't know when we want to get to this.
Right now.
Right now. I one time saw a 9 Inch Nails show.
Are you kidding me?
And Trent Reznor
Awesome.
runs.
I need to run.
He just runs in all black, goes to his computer or whatever this thing is, and he just starts rocking. He like runs in off stage to do that.
God, not so loud.
But this is what it reminded me of when Jan he comes in like a banshee from hell, and he's up on stage, and like he gets to the whole thing when he kind of rips his clothes off and does all that. Like this is happening within like a minute.
Yeah. Do you think this is where Trent Reznor got the idea?
That's incredible.
He was like, Jan Muller knows how to get a crowd fired up.
How many of you out there have this stuff laying around in the garage?
You're a full-size adult man who borders between a large and an extra large, depending on how much whiskey and light beer you've been drinking. And you're going to put on a medium suit, full zip, and you're going to need a small woman to peel that off of you.
Did you help me out of my paint suit?
That is pride.
And they do it.
Hard. Yeah, it was wild that my only critique that I heard around a couple of times, I was like, why didn't they get him a suit that fits?
Why are you in a tuxedo?
I don't know. Because that thing.
Wardrobe.
A useless wardrobe.
It's also the 90s, man. Weird things happen to suits in the 90s.
You're in a suit. Aren't you worried about
The
that?
90s were like baggy.
I know, but...
Yeah, did you see his khakis?
I don't even need special clothes.
No, I know.
When he peeled that thing off?
You never know.
You can't wear nice clothes like this to paint in.
Yeah.
That was a funny thing, too. So it's not really a value prop. One of the things they say about the painting and clothes, they hit it a few times.
I didn't want salmon! I said it 4 times!
Like you said, with Rebecca wearing her nice sweater.
Rebecca, you look so pretty, and you were willing to do this in your gorgeous sweater. What do you think?
With Jan peeling off his painting outfit.
Did you help me out of my paint suit?
And saying that you can paint in your casual clothes.
Paint in your casual clothes.
And Nancy, but I wore my painting clothes.
I wore my paint clothes.
Fuck off, Nancy. You stupid. You shouldn't have done that.
Well, it's good that you wore your paint clothes, but we don't
Do you guys think it was weird how his casual outfit and her painting clothes were exactly the same?
Why don't Dane and I hang out? We're practically the same guy.
It was a blue shirt and khaki pants.
Yeah, that was pretty great.
That is awesome.
For saying you're wearing something different, my eyes say you're wearing the exact same thing.
All at the same time.
Except yours has a bib and his has a braided belt.
Hi, everybody. I'm Joe Fowler. color.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So from a why perspective,
I heard you paint
I
houses.
think that's one of those things where pitch meets production.
Now get ready to meet Eric
And
Thies.
they're just like, someone says, "Hey, can we'll put you in a matching gear?" And they're like, "Yeah,
I'll take my gloves off.
that's fine." And then they get into their pitch and they're like, "Oh, it's a little weird, but hey, shit, man, we've done crazier stuff than this.
So pull it out, and it's about 3/4 of the way done now.
So let's just go."
Why are you in a tuxedo?
I thought he was great though, right? I think for the things you said of it being right down the middle,
The gentleman will sit.
it was the exact amount of basic
Ingredients.
goofy,
As a goof.
silly
stool.
a little bit off the edge.
Just a bit
It
outside.
was never cartoon. I didn't think we had a Hazel moment, right?
No,
Dan Sturdivant,
is wrong.
except for maybe
Jumping on the thing.
This is made of durable space-age plastic.
jumping on it, or maybe one of our happy couples that joins us on stage. It's a borderline Hazel moment,
Muffins.
but it also doesn't feel fair.
Big county fair.
I feel like Craig and Betsy wanted to go up there.
Who wants
Help
to
me out.
paint?
Anybody
This
give me
is
a hand
fun. You
here?
want to try the paint
Come on.
stick?
How about you folks right here, okay?
What's your name? Craig. Hi, Craig. What's your name? Betsy.
That was my issue. I felt like they were kind of unwilling participants.
Okay, you're now painters.
And Nancy like really had to beg them. She's like, "It's easy. Come on. Do you want to try it?"
I'd like you to stand right in here.
And they're like, "No." She's like, "Get on stage." She's like, "Oh." Okay.
Yeah. Nancy's good like that,
It
though.
really is an exciting pasta maker, isn't
Like
it?
she's kind of
Yeah.
intense,
What about the price?
but it's also like, she could be my mom.
Professional mom.
I can go. You know what I mean? You're abducted.
They're going to take you.
You know what I mean?
I'll find you. It's a stick of paint.
Yeah, but it's not an easy one to make fun of. No, it's kind of like QRB in that way,
Thanks a lot, Lynn.
which is way funnier.
Now, I noticed that you're wearing gloves.
Yeah, it's a lot cheaper than a new manicure, but if you don't have gloves,
It's got that vibe where if the three of us were 11 years old and we sat down to try to make fun of it, someone older than us would have been like, "Shut up, just let it happen."
They're going to take you.
It's like church.
It's a product and a service we are probably all familiar with.
Does this look familiar?
Dave, you definitely paint.
bring over a big handful of that paint.
You paint all the time, don't you?
Yeah.
You love painting.
I don't paint much because it sucks.
Plug the other end into the hose of any vacuum.
Painting's hard.
Don't let your next painting project get you down.
But I'm definitely a mark for the homewares stuff.
Homeland Housewares.
I definitely get hypnotized by the homewares stuff more than the kitchen stuff.
Cool stuff, slick stuff, neat stuff.
Yeah, I'm a kitchen guy.
Sure.
I'm always drawn into those. I think the homeware stuff like this, it's more like I know I'm not good at any of it.
If I can do it, anybody can do it.
So if there's something that would make me serviceable, I'm like, oh, that is so cool.
Aren't you good?
Yeah.
Last weekend, I was in Lowe's and saw paint sticks.
How many of you have painted something?
It makes sense why they're still selling.
It's a good product.
Because what would you say, 25 at Lowe's? Yeah.
Yeah, now they're the ones I took pictures of, $25. Yeah.
If you're getting a bunch of paint, you just gear up. You just throw stuff in the cart.
Dump it in.
So you're like, oh, 20, this is fine.
I look okay.
And just like Mark said, it's disposable enough.
We got a trash can right here.
If you get one room done, fine.
Well, that's good.
I wonder what other liquids you could put in
It's a
it.
half load right in there.
Great question.
Drunk stick?
I don't know. I don't know how we would apply it to things, but yeah, could I like paint myself with
The
beer?
answer is yes.
Yeah, you can do that right now.
It's ready now.
What about blood?
Yep, blood.
Okay.
Or if you crush ice in a magic bullet,
Smashed by the magic bullet.
would that work? I don't know.
Wait. But go further. What about an omelet? Could you put an omelet in it?
Got any berries?
Only if you're injecting into a cold pan.
The Showtime solid flavor injector.
Wait a minute.
But wait.
So it depends on if it's empty, right? And you're pushing it through.
We're sort of pushing that fountain pen along.
I
and
wonder
not-
if it'll rotate the roller at all. Because if that's the case, you could have someone standing there pumping that to spin your dishes while it's spitting shit out of the Bullet Express.
Are we early or something?
You have like a real neat little contraption where you have the mouse wheel, the hamster wheel comes down, it starts pumping on the paint stick, gets the air movement, spins the brush, and then while you're shredding your cheese when you could have just bought shredded cheese and just feeding tomatoes through and calling it sauce.
Spinning the plate too. Yeah, don't forget about
Yeah,
that.
that's what I'm saying.
good
This,
idea.
this is spinning the plate, the roller. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, I like that.
I like that.
It was very complicated,
It really is so easy to use.
but I like it.
Right? Every Rube Goldberg device needs to be obscenely complicated.
Oh, that's so simple.
Also, challenge to all of our listeners.
It's time for the
Call now.
challenge.
Any multi-product Rube Goldberg style device that you can build with multiple infomercial products, please make sure that we're well aware of them at Call Now Podcast with any and every ridiculous thing you come up with.
Wow, that's a lot easier to use than all the appliance contraptions we got for wedding gifts.
That's
But
right.
please, if you hurt yourselves, don't record it.
1101 1816 is the item number on this one.
Rotor Razor's
Nice.
not as safe as it looks.
A piece of that the tip just got me, Odell.
Just thinking of that.
We may need emergency surgery in the studio.
Remember the end of Roto Razor?
So you've seen it all, and you're still not convinced that Roto Razor is the real deal?
Remember Rotor Razor?
Guys,
Could QRB be a better product if it's in the paint stick? Could you put QRB in the paint stick and basically unpaint a...
Unpaint my house.
Well, how do you apply it? Just with a
I
rag?
can actually take an old washcloth once the QRB softened the varnish and swipe it clean.
QRB?
No,
Or did they have a
cardboard.
thing?
No cardboard.
Is that how they did it?
It's called the pincer method. I don't know if you remember. 2 pieces of cardboard, aka the pincer technique.
Oh, nice, Dan. Yeah. Wow, Dan. That's why you're in charge. Yep.
There's only one Billy Blanks.
Yep.
Mark is the de facto captain of the pincer team.
I'm Mark Pedrati. I'm the
Captain now.
Pincer.
Yeah, the pincer
Nice.
technique. You can apply it with
German.
anything.
Mhm.
I noticed you're wearing a pair of gloves. Well, yeah, it's cheaper than a new manicure. God damn it, I miss them so much.
He's lonely. He likes to be surrounded by tomatoes. I think the approach is just different. These guys are like, it's the pitch.
Don't let your next painting project get you down.
And we get a good camera crew, and
We're rolling out.
we go out there and do it.
Go!
Mike and company.
Hey, Mike.
They got a war room where they hash things out. You know.
yeah.
Here's one thing. He paints a full wall right away.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Oh my
I'm
God.
going to paint an 8-foot by 8-foot wall with just the paint I have in my hand, and I'll do it in less than 1 minute.
Paints a full wall right away when
He
I think
ignores
with
Nancy.
yeah.
In the right way.
But QRB, they kept going back.
Okay, we're going to check in on these pieces later. Come on, Win.
They kept going back to the products. But he's like, fuck that. I'm going to take this wall out right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna paint this 8x8 wall in under a minute. And she's like, well, don't you want to? All right.
No.
Yes,
No,
sir.
no. I don't believe
Seeing
it.
is
Do you?
believing, right?
Yeah. In QRB territory, in that ASMR world or whatever, it's fun to watch.
It is if you want it to be.
You know, you're like, nice.
Mhm.
Yeah, just well,
Satisfying.
can you just? Yes. Okay.
No, don't do half the table.
Nice.
It feels so good.
Anything else before we hop into the Ronnie's, guys? I feel like we've set the table.
My table looks like it has a bad case of
But
acid.
I kind of want to dig into some of the key pieces of the puzzle here. But is there anything else from a production standpoint, Uncle Davidov, that we need to cover?
No.
Mark Metropolis?
Let's get into it.
It's award season. Let's fucking do it. It's no secret that infomercials love to claim that the products they're pitching are award-winning. But let's not forget that they wouldn't have any of those fake awards without the hard work of the real stars of these infomercials. And that's why each week we hand out the Ronnies, our acknowledgement of the greatest moments and performances in these informative and supposedly objective works of art. Named in honor of the godfather and patron saint of TV pitchmen, Ron Popeil. It's Ronnie time. Here's Ronnie. Do you get it? Come on, guys, for fun. Let's start with best value proposition.
Yeah. Best value proposition, my favorite.
Nachos, those are my favorites.
That is Dave's favorite. It comes down to 3 things. We're leaving the cost out of it because it's not about the money. It's about doing it right.
The price is right.
And they really just say these 3 things over and over again. They close it with, it's the easiest, the cleanest, and the fastest. So those are our 3 buckets. Easy.
Never been easier.
Clean.
I hate cleanup.
Fast.
This is called the quick painter.
And from a statistics standpoint, they had a lot of terminology for easy. They said the word easy.
So easy.
Or derivations of easy, easier, easiest, 29 times in 28 and a half minutes.
64.
They also use simple once, hard 3 times,
If you want to see what 13 inches looks like.
tough 7 times, hassle once, and problem 4 times.
No problem.
As they use those as antonyms to strike against it for how easy this is to use.
Now, you don't have to use eggs.
You heard it was so easy a child could do it.
So easy, even a child can do it.
So Mount Easy is built very high. But I felt like from a show and tell standpoint, the cleanliness was really, really demonstrated. They brought out poor Craig and Betsy and painted over their heads.
Okay, you're now painters.
He won the thing out into the audience like a psychopath.
What are you doing?
That was fantastic. They said clean, mess, drip, and spill a whole bunch. And then the last one, fast, was more of like, I know you can do the one wall in under 60 seconds. That sounds cool.
I'll start my stopwatch and we'll go.
One coat coverage is a part of that, what makes it fast.
You know what I'm noticing right away is how smooth it seems to be.
And optimistically, I want to believe them, but kind of like we said at the top of the show about how realistic is the paint flow going to still be that consistent on multiple uses. We have our suspicions.
We're sort of pushing that fountain pen along
But
and
the
not.
speed, and when he did the siding, he did one strip of siding. He's like, and now your siding's done. I was like,
I heard you paint houses.
nope.
No, it is.
I also do my own carpentry.
Do people paint siding?
I think you can.
Yes? No. No, you replace siding.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think you can.
You can with a PaintStick Pro, jeez, or PaintStick.
Yeah, that's another thing. Mark, great point by you. I always call it the PaintStick Pro. That's not a thing.
You won't goof it up.
I guess I want an upgraded version of this just for contractors and college students who say they own businesses. That's called the Pro, but that's not what this is.
You know what I
That's not the name of the product, and I will still call it by the wrong name going forward. That's my promise to you, the loyal Call Now listeners.
It's got a bad name. Yeah.
Ooh.
But yeah,
Whoa.
well, it's not great.
Not like I look bad.
If Dan can't remember and sell the products, it's not a great name.
Hi, what's your
So I'll
name?
just take the best value, I guess. Easy's too easy,
Nothing is ever as simple as it sounds, is it?
right?
Right.
Clean is clean.
Always be mess-free.
There's no way. It's paint. There's no fucking way. Less than 1 minute to paint a wall?
And I'll do it in less than 1 minute.
Yeah, no doubt. That's the best. I need to know how fast I can get this thing and paint this wall right here, over here. You know what I mean? 1 minute,
Now, have you ever seen anything go on so fast?
done. Let's get it.
Wow. Speed Boy.
Dave, I'm with you.
Oh, good.
No question, because to some of your sentiments on the other one, the easy
Exactly like filling a fountain
the
pen.
operator
Listen to me. We've traced the call. It's coming from inside the house.
can be a very bad painter, no matter what kind of guards you have on.
You make it look easy. Let me try.
I got to take that one out because I think I'm worse than my dad at painting.
I love you, Dad.
If you gave this to my dad, he'd be better than me just because he's more of a hands-on guy.
I want to look like that guy.
And then obviously the wait, what's the second one?
Is it still hot out there?
It's the worst one. Clean.
It's just clean
When
product.
they're doing the deck, it's splattering on the deck.
Decks.
Yeah, I know.
And then they're covering it up. And I'm like, well, even if there's a guard on it over your head,
We have a specially designed spatter shield.
it's, yeah, to your point, Dave, it's still going to be a mess. So I got to say, yeah, he proved to me
again. For
in the first 5 minutes that you can paint a wall fast.
So we're out of the gate, and we're out of the gate as fast as Jan coming on the stage. The speed is our best value prop.
Running with the paint stick.
Look how fast. I'll start my stopwatch and we'll go. I'm going to paint an 8-foot by 8-foot wall in less than 1 minute. This is called the quick painter, and that fast. Now, have you ever seen anything go on so fast?
Very, very fast.
Our next Ronnie category, best crowd work.
How can chocolate pasta taste good?
So as we said before, we love when Nancy goes into the
Does
crowd.
it taste as good as you thought it would?
They utilize their crowd to great effect.
You can tell how effective this machine is.
Throughout the infomercial, it starts out with Nancy standing in the crowd. They're behind her and they're moving and wiggling, so Mark can't dispute their reality right off the bat.
That's the whole system.
And we get to meet a lot of them.
Pulled a lot of volunteers out of our audience.
So our nominees are Craig and Betsy,
What's your name? Craig. Hi, Craig. What's your name?
who we mentioned before, as they were forced to stand in the corner while Jan painted the ceiling above their heads.
Okay, you're now painters.
Oh, they were great.
They were phenomenal. We also met John,
Hi, what's your name?
who
John,
thinks it's all right and he'll give it a shot.
that's all right. I'll give it a shot
And
anytime.
he's wearing a tie, but he can't go home until he finishes painting the full house.
All right, well, keep painting. You got a whole house here, John, and you can't go home till you're done.
Nan, come on. And then there's Joe,
Hi, what's your name? Joe.
the young man who is Nancy's idea of heaven.
Joe, this is my idea of heaven.
Yikes. The son who paints the garage, but don't let Dad know. He'll have you out there tomorrow. Come on.
The son goes out and paints the garage door.
And then our lovely lady, Rebecca, who looks so pretty and is tiny and is in her nice sweater.
Rebecca, you look so pretty.
Weird. And then our last nominee is Brian.
And look at you. What's your name?
Who was painting the deck And it's a lot easier than we did it last summer.
I had to paint a deck this past summer, and this is much easier than what I had to do with before.
There are 2 other women when the crowd gets up on stage to paint who were not named. One of them was painting the ceiling in the corner where Jan was earlier. She didn't get named. And then the lady with great 90s mom hair who was painting the stucco.
I heard you paint houses.
Who did not get named. So unfortunately, they are not eligible to win. But honorable mention. And congratulations just for getting on stage and living on the internet.
Wasn't Brian an offsite?
My mom didn't recognize me.
No. Brian was there.
Painting the deck. Oh, was he the kid in the red shirt at the end?
Yeah.
Okay. There's
The
I'm
kid.
thinking of a different guy. Well, he's a
kid.
He's a man. He had a beard.
The beef castle.
Hold on to your power rod.
He's a beef castle.
I want to look like that guy.
This is a really, really hard category because
Yeah.
I actually don't think the people on stage at the end should be even compared to
Craig and Betsy.
Craig and Betsy. I like them a lot, but I gotta go with John.
Hi, what's your name?
John.
Because because he's the first guy they meet on stage, and I'm like, oh, they're like I said before, they're gonna go full name, where they're from, and it's like John. And she asks him one question, and he's like, I'll give it a shot anytime.
That's all right. I'll give it a shot anytime.
And then just moves on. For some reason, I felt really bad for John.
Oh, gosh.
Just in general, in life, there was something about John missing, and I hope he got it with the paint stick. So
He was emoting. Yeah.
Yeah. So John.
Man, maybe my emotional intelligence is dipping.
Fresh homemade pasta.
I thought John was having a great time.
Got any berries?
I think he was Joe's grandpa. I think they were a package deal. And they both went up on stage. They were near each other so that Nancy couldn't steal Joe.
You know what I'm noticing right away is how smooth it seems to be.
And they were just painting, having a good old time.
Never been easier or more fun.
And when they went home and told John's kids, aka Joe's parents, what they did today on Joe's day with Grandpa, that they got to paint on the set with Jan and Nan. Yeah, this was the best Grandpa Saturday ever, and you're never gonna top it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I mean, for me, it's either Craig and Betsy or Joe. And I think I'm going Joe. Just because it's the nostalgia thing.
Sleepy Joe.
I saw that little guy
I dream about buying
in the stupid college football shirt, and I was just like, oh man, I'm just
man.
flashing back to my mother's photo albums of like my cousins and I, where we all just are littered with ridiculous sports shirts. It brought me back.
Yeah, I had a Bugs Bunny Michigan shirt. So it was a shirt. It was a crew neck gray sweatshirt, and then it was Bugs Bunny wearing a blue crew neck sweatshirt on the sweatshirt with the Maze M on it. I was like, oh, I guess I like Michigan because Bugs does. I still do.
I don't care.
You had a Michigan hat too, didn't you?
Oh yeah, for whatever reason.
Yeah,
we just picked Michigan. I don't know.
I don't know what to say, really.
I liked the U.
Yeah.
That was too risque for the Sturtevant household.
Never Notre Dame, though. Did you guys ever have Notre Dame gear? Just ridiculously?
No.
I had a Notre Dame Russell Athletic sweatshirt, gray core, green sleeves. And I wore it too many days consecutively in third grade and got spoken to by my teacher about cleanliness.
I hate cleanup.
And hygiene.
Stinky, nasty.
And not wearing the same clothes over and over again.
I don't even need special clothes.
I was like, oh, well, I wasn't going to be self-conscious my whole life, but I am now.
Thanks a lot, Lynn.
Thank you, Miss a.k.a.
Were you showering, though?
If you want to see what 13 inches looks like.
Yeah, I was clean. I was just wearing it like a jacket, but I'd leave it on during the day.
Guys, listen to me. The jacket doesn't matter, okay? You understand what I'm saying? The jacket doesn't matter.
This is a sweatshirt, and
All right.
I mean, I don't even remember it. It's like it doesn't even matter. Like it doesn't even bother me. It's like I don't even think about it. You know, like I don't even know why you brought that up.
Well, I hope that never happened to a sweet kid like Joe. You know.
Great.
Is
Goes
it?
on nice and easy.
Oh no, Joe's pure. He's fine. He went home and got that sweatshirt framed because that was his moment.
Did they have to get any sort of clearance to show that shirt on television?
No.
No.
I'm saying if that kid wore it in there, he was inserted through the back door onto that stage, or because he knew somebody, or they wanted him there.
So there is a conspiracy.
Oh, yes, there is.
The magic bullet.
We have a protest day.
Oh, we got a protester. Oh, we have another Popeil kid.
I want to introduce to you my daughter
Looks
Shannon,
like he was an infiltrator.
my other daughter Lauren.
Now, Joe, I want you to go see what Jan and Nancy are doing.
Hi, kiddo.
Hi, sweetheart.
How are you?
And their backward-ass home improvement wannabe studio with their stupid stick of paint or whatever.
Oh, that's so simple.
Okay, Grandpa Ron. Now, don't call me Grandpa Ron. It's Ronald. Get out of here. This is fun. I love Thanksgiving at Uncle Ron's house. This is great. Special again, shout to Craig and Betsy. It felt like polite bullying that went a little bit too far.
I'd like you to stand right in here.
That made them get on stage. I think they're happy, and I bet they're still together.
Movement that blend together.
Good for you, Craig and Betsy.
Wow, they were together?
Sure.
They are now. They are if you want them to be.
It is if you want it to
So
be.
congrats to Big John.
John wins? Awesome. No more Dan. I'm 2 for 2.
Oh, we got a protester. Jono, the big guy. You are the champ.
Hi, what's your name?
John?
Well, John, tell me how you like this.
That's all right. I'll give it a shot anytime.
All right, well, keep painting. You got a whole house here, John, and you can't go home till you're done. Hi, what's your name?
All right, guys, it's time to take a little field trip. We're going off-site for our best off-site testimonial. Maybe we could just call it the best testimonial since no one who was in the room actually really said anything about the product other than their name and the one thing they were doing. So our testimonials are 2 separate cutaway sections. One is after the first call now section, right, where they kind of walk through the VO and don't let painting get you down.
Don't let your next painting project get you down.
Awesome. Thank you, Bateman. Thank you, Bateman. And they come back with first are 2 Jersey boys, George McKay, who just wants a good, clean product.
It's just clean product.
And Patricia Natali. Oh,
Forget about it.
who saved $550 by using this, baby.
We were able to save ourselves $550.
And then they get to the end of the show. And they go on a run.
Back out to Lynn.
And this is where you get Dave's Big E.
Made it to the Big E.
Your home show. This is where they were pushing these things and the cameras are rolling. And we built out our list of nominees. So you have David Pervines from Tennessee, who can do his 70-foot side in about 30 minutes running with the paint stick.
I can do that 70-foot side in about 30 minutes running with the paint stick.
I just thought that he said running with the paint stick.
Running with the paint stick.
That was great. The Wards, who painted their living room and hallway.
We painted our living room and hallway, and we're getting ready to work on our bedroom now.
Bedroom. Painted the kitchen too, and
Yeah. She did all the work and I did the trim.
she did all the work. All herself. I did the trim a lot, but
The Wards from North Carolina coming in strong.
It's like I'm working a muscle against a muscle.
And then closing it out, my cousin Andy Studeker from Minnesota, who hates painting, but this was fun.
I hate painting, but this was fun.
He was pretty sweet. I liked how much he didn't like painting, but that this won him over, which is a great infomercial trope. That this is something I would never do. Don't tell my husband we're buying one of these.
Oh, it's wonderful, and I'm not a cook. Wait till my husband finds out I'm going to buy this machine. Are you really? Oh, yes. I tell you, I don't cook. This is amazing. I love it.
And that was kind of the Andy Studeker.
Don't tell my husband.
He was pretty strong.
I have a universal gym at home.
But Mark, you're rolling hot dice. Why don't you lead us off for our best offsite?
I mean, I loved Andy. He reminds me of our attorney, so that was good.
A lifetime guarantee.
The Wards, whenever you get the last name up on the screen, it makes me think they have a joint Facebook account as well. So
Hey, give the man a break.
that's also pretty good. But
That's pretty economical.
I got to go with anybody who's got transition, aviators, and a mustache. I'm going with my man David.
Running with the paint
He
stick.
didn't have to make all those trips up and down the ladder.
To make all those trips up and down the ladder.
He was a speed guy, too. He's really, you and him are on the same page, Mark. That might be you in a time machine.
Well, it's a DeLorean.
He was dressed like you want to be dressed.
I wore my pink clothes.
He was touting the speed.
Very, very fast.
He wanted to fight the Wards.
I'm the one fighting, okay? Not you, and not you.
Dave Pervines. Sando, where are you going?
I think Dave and Andy definitely are out front.
But you never know what dangers are behind
They both had that great salesmanship.
To make all those trips up and down the ladder.
Felt, not hired salesmanship.
I hate painting, but this was fun.
It was very genuine. It's a lie. I mean, they're just straight up lying, right?
Yeah.
What?
I've never had bread that moist before.
70-foot side in 30 minutes? That sounds right to me.
Running with the paint stick.
I think they're good. Yeah.
I got to go with Andy. That guy cracked me up. He was the closeout, right?
The answer is
Yes.
Yeah, he was fantastic. I'm going with Andy.
Yeah, when you go to the hammer, it's pretty good. And I like how he walked through it. So he says, and I saw one of these, and I bought the complete kit.
I bought the complete kit.
Okay, couldn't believe the time it saved. It was amazing.
It looks magic.
And I hate painting.
Yuck, I hate broccoli.
But this was fun. I was like, well, why'd you buy one then? He likes to laugh. He likes to have fun.
have
That's
fun.
it.
Yeah, it was a balancing act. He was like, he just kept talking. It was great.
Yeah. The Wards, Mark, great call on the joint Facebook account.
Mm.
I wish they were wearing one sweater that their heads are both popping out of.
Or like I'm with him, I'm with her, and this way.
They were so strange. And it was weird that he did all the talking, but she did all the painting.
She did all the work. All herself. I did the trim a lot,
But he did the trim, but she did all the work. I kind of want to see what they painted, right? Because I feel like they probably have someone trapped in a soundproof room in their basement that they keep.
Laying around in the garage or the basement.
And you know what? That's why I am not going to North Carolina. But I will happily crown Andy Studeker as our Ronnie winner. I love Andy bringing it home, especially when you can swing someone's vote from hating it to loving how much fun he was having doing it. Good job, Andy. Attaboy.
I saw one of these. I bought the complete kit and went in there, and I couldn't believe the time it saved me. It was amazing. And I hate painting, but this was fun.
All right. This is the heaviest category because we're going to break down everything you get. And when I say heavy,
I've been heavy all my life.
I'm not referring to the weight of the paint stick. It's just 2.25 pounds, okay? This is light.
You're also very tiny. Is it too heavy?
This is space-age plastic we're talking about here.
This is made of durable space-age plastic.
And these are the paint stick itself.
You get the HomeRight paint stick.
The 1/2-inch roller for painting interiors.
That 1/2-inch roller cover.
The 3/4-inch roller for painting exteriors.
You also get the 3/4-inch snap roller.
The fill tube and lid.
Fill tube and the lid.
They're a combo piece. It's just one thing. The spatter shield.
The spatter shield that allows you to paint the ceilings.
The limited lifetime guarantee.
The HomeRight paint stick comes with a lifetime guarantee.
The handy painter's tool.
Handy painter's tool.
The roller cleaner.
The roller cleaner.
The quick mask. Ooh.
This is called Quick Mask.
The Quick Painter.
This is called the Quick Painter.
Jan's videos.
I'm going to give you my own how to paint video that shows you exactly how to use the paint stick, and I'll also give you a how-to video for how to wallpaper.
The how to paint and how to wallpaper. So you're making money on top of money there. I believe that's it. And of course, as we know, $69.85.
So you get everything here for $69.85.
But
tell you what.
What?
And I'll cut $10 off the
3
price.
easy payments of $19.95.
You get it all for just 3 easy payments of $19.95.
Oh, that's fabulous. Thank you.
I know exactly what I'm doing.
Sure.
The quick mask. Smoking! Because my favorite thing about add-ons is that the infomercial people inevitably contradict themselves.
Thanks for the vote of confidence, Granny.
And this one falls right in there because...
Well, how so, Dave?
It's clean. I can dangle it over someone's head.
What are you doing? What are you
I can do this, I can do this, but it's like, shit, you might need a drop cloth here.
But let's not be fucking ridiculous, all right? Like, put a drop cloth down, God.
Just in case you think we're lying to you, which we are.
The problem is people have been lied to.
Here's a quick mask. Why even do it? You know, why is that in there?
You're gonna cook with
I think as a standalone product, I like Quick Mask a lot.
But I really like that.
The Quick Painter, I think, is a real piece of shit.
Okay.
I do not like that thing.
Audience, do you like stale, broken tortilla chips?
When he does his first demo and paints next to the trim, he is 1/2 inch from the trim. They're talking about using it for cutting out. I'm like, well,
Go right up to your wall and just start painting.
but yeah, now you still have to paint still. You still have that 1/2 inch.
In its defense, I think it looks right.
That's a very
We'll
nice
give it a
looking
tap
shape
like
to
that.
I
it, isn't
agree
it?
with you, but I think that at first glance you could just be like, oh yeah, that's a good part of
If
this.
that Quick Painter was actually a good product, that would be the infomercial, and everything else would come along with it.
That's the whole
And
system.
the fact that that's thrown in at the end
Yeah.
says something about it. So
Yeah.
that speaks for itself.
Oh, that's so simple.
Stupid Quick Painter.
But I got to go with the handy painter's tool.
It's clean up easy.
That's the one that kind of wrings it out into the bucket.
I hate cleanup.
And so The thing I really like about that is I like it as part of this package, because if you've ever gone to a Home Depot to like buy all this shit to paint your room,
I took the Roto Razor to a home improvement store.
that's the one thing you don't think about. And then in the morning after you paint, you're like, fuck, everything's done. Like everything's painted over. I got to throw it all out. Having it as part of this package and seeing how easy it is to ring it back in there,
Dump it in.
just does actually preserve it for another use. So
No, don't throw it in the trash can. Put that remover over this. Squeeze out those paint
I'm
chips.
saying that's the best tool. It's like the cheapest thing they throw in there.
Sells for $3.
But it's the most opportune piece they throw in there at this time.
It's a good idea.
Yeah. You're throwing heat, Mark, because that's also the moment where the crowd goes full on Amazing Discoveries and they start to push back.
Today, that's included when you call an order for your paint stick.
Great. Okay.
It's like from the time in the infomercial part of it, that's where it starts to heat up, right? He's like, and you get the handy painter's tool. What do you think? And they're like, we want more. We want blood. I was like, oh, man, this is it. We're doing it. This is great.
Well, that's good.
And I also love that Nancy said, why didn't I think of that?
Why didn't I think of that?
Because you're a fucking TV host.
Is there a way I can do it wrong?
Any other thoughts? Any last second, please?
Sticking with mine.
This one's mine. You can't have
It's too good.
it. It feels so good.
Sticking. But you, Dan.
Man.
Dan's quick masking, right?
Nope.
Oh.
Nope. It is the painter's tool. That's it, man. Again, I wish I had that. The roller cleaner was cool too, but demo was weird. I didn't like that.
Yeah, because they're kind of tough to control, right?
Definitely messy.
You can't wear nice clothes like this to paint in.
Yeah, and then even running it under the sink, you have to attach it. That didn't seem like it was going to work great. But stripping all the excess paint off, I was totally into that. And also, again, like you were saying, for the things that are just satisfying to the eye, they look cool. I like seeing the paint come off of it. So yeah, the handy painter's tool. It's handy. I'll take a handy, please.
Also, if you have QRB in there, you can just ring it back out into the QRB bottle.
Yep.
Put the old remover in here.
What are you doing with the
Just take
trash
And
can?
you can drink it. Wait. No, you can't. You can't drink it.
Oh, you can't?
It cured my COVID. I drank 14 gallons of QRB. I had 5 QBRs, and I feel much better. Okay.
I dream about buying.
It's called the Handy Painter's Tool. It slips right around the paint stick right here, and then you just put your paint can here.
Sure.
And this pulls and strips all of the paint right off the roller cover right into the paint can.
What?
Up to 60% of the paint gets right back into your paint
What
can.
a great little deal. Why didn't I think of that?
All right, guys. Last on the docket, it is our best hashtag Classic Jan. So Jan Muller is having a great time.
But seriously, we're having a lot of fun here.
Like, that can't be overlooked. We've talked about all of them before. The big three.
64.
1, peeling off that too tight paint suit to get started.
Can you help me out of my paint
I'll
suit?
help.
2, running with the paint stick and dangling over the crowd and scaring people.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
I wanted to prove to you that the paint stays in the paint stick and in the paint handle. If I would have tried that with an old roller, here, hold this.
You're right.
And they were old. There was a lot of old people out there, and I don't think they were prepared for that. I don't think they were warned. I think he just did that. That was fantastic.
I think it's fantastic.
And just jumping on the stick, just throwing it down, proving how space age that plastic was, and jumping on it.
This is made of durable space-age plastic.
Oh!
Okay? We have designed this thing to last you a
He's not
lifetime.
a little guy, right? He seems like he's close to 6 foot, close to 2
Two-ish,
bills
yeah.
on either side, right? Like he stops the shit out of that thing.
Yeah.
He is so enthusiastic to just really beat the hell out of it.
This is made of durable space-age
All
plastic.
3 of these things look like they probably are in his pitch, you know, which is kind of cool. I think that pulling out the too tight, he might do that live, you know.
I don't even need special clothes.
Running over
Oh, yeah.
those are all probably, which makes them better,
Yeah.
guys. I mean, I dare you to pick one that isn't that isn't jumping on the stick. He's out of his mind. He loses it. It's great.
Yeah, he goes full on Joe Fowler on that. It's great.
We're going to cut right into the cement.
Yeah. These are the only 3 times he catches anybody off guard, and he knows that that's going to help his performance by, it's almost like a magician do it, like lighting something on fire fast and then you having to deal with it. Like, this is what he did in these 3 moments. And I think, yeah, I think it's going to be a hard one to pick, but I got to go with dangling the thing over the crowd.
What are you doing? What
Especially knowing what the crowd looks like, and you're gonna scare the fuck out of those people. And awesome. I wish I was there.
We have a specially designed spatter shield.
He's still on QVC, but he doesn't dangle as much paint anymore these days.
If you want to see what 13 inches looks like.
But it's all about
This is made of durable space-age plastic.
curb stomping that stick. He gets some air, he crushes it, and I really thought that he broke it. I thought that he did terminal damage to the paint stick.
Smashed by the magic bullet.
And they're just like, well, I mean, we got plenty of them. We'll just grab a different one going forward. If this was something that was done now, there would be close-up shots of it. Like, I want the Zapruder film for the paint stick, for that one.
Back and to the left.
To see, is it cracked? Was there a second jumper? No, wait. Yeah, it was awesome. He left it all on the dance floor. That was so cool. Good for him. I want to buy something for $60 and then try to break it with my full body.
And who doesn't want to see that?
You guys, you want to look like Randy?
That's the best part.
That's the best part.
Can I just jump on the magic bullet?
Outstanding.
This guy jumps on his shit, you know?
Now, Berman, do you want to jump on this magic bullet?
Exactly.
Nobody jumps like that. Nobody.
I bet with those bits, he was just like, you know, if they're running through lines in the back, he's just like, these parts, I'm telling you, they get people crazy.
His chest is going crazy.
People love this, you know? So, like, he's kind of like hitting beats and stuff, but then he's like, and then I do this, and people go nuts. And I bet they did.
Yeah. It's just an asterisk on the script.
Yeah.
They're like, what's that? They're like, oh, yeah. This is when it turns in the studio.
Folks, right now, we may need emergency surgery in the studio.
Everybody clear out.
Lynn puts it up. Bang!
Just stay out of the lane. Let Jan go. Let Jan get to the hoop. Just get out of his fucking way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jan's Harden. Hashtag classic Jan. Jump on that stick, baby. Congratulations. Mostly to Mark. Mark, great Ronnie's performance by you. That's fantastic. But all our winners, great job by them. And, you know, we'll try harder next time ourselves. Very nice.
Part about the paint stick. This is made of durable space-age plastic.
Oh!
Okay? We have designed this thing to last you a lifetime. Would you help me out of my paint
I'll
suit?
help. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I wanted to prove to you that the paint stays in the paint stick.
I'm not quite at the QRB breakneck pace of being zapped after going through the Ronnies.
Don't push me any further.
Like, that was a taxing experience for us because we were trying to follow the frantic, frenetic energy of Lynn and
This
Mike.
cabinet, do you like it?
Yeah, it's brand new.
You should like it. You paid $600 for it.
We paid $600 for this?
But Jan's enthusiasm for his 3 big bits.
What are you doing?
I know we've kind of put those two side by side a little bit because this is a little bit of the toned down version.
Don't let your next painting project get you down.
But would you guys be more likely to buy a paint stick if it was on Amazing Discoveries and it was Mike and Lynn?
Now, here's the host of Amazing Discoveries, Mike Levy.
Should have gone side by side. Like, can you keep putting paint on as fast as we can take it off?
Little challenge.
Mike, I understand you set up a real challenge for my dad in QRB.
You sure
The
have.
script would be tight and everything would just be a little more, and not literally, right? But just like, it's just colored up. They're just having more, you know, there's going to be more displays. There's going to be more pans to this character, that character.
I think there would be more actual color, too. There were only 2 colors, and they used blue and pink, and then a little bit of yellow when they were doing the garage door.
There's 4 million in the other one.
That is what I liked about this one, though, to be honest with you, is it just made this kind of satisfying backdrop.
Keep it simple.
I was like, oh, it's kind of nice. I like that, you know?
I like that. I think this would work with them. I think they'd have fun with the siding and the deck and the different rollers to these things. I think they could have went a little nuts. I think with QRB, the best thing they have going for it is the unique stuff they're taking paint off of, like
You can put on freezer bags.
these antiques and all that stuff. These are just walls. So I'm sure Mike and Lynn would have figured out some fun shit to use this on.
Mike, it may look like trash, but there's a treasure underneath.
I mean, I think I do that a little bit for every infomercials. I start to play, how would this have been better with Mike and Lynn?
Mike, aren't you ever going to learn with QRB? I can turn that into a treasure.
And maybe that'll be a new part of the show. It's like, all right, would you have bought this?
The answer is
no.
Would you have bought this if Mike and Lynn were selling it?
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I think for me, like I said before, I don't own a paint stick, unfortunately. It's more paying my penance because I didn't do it the right way when I could and should have.
Are we early or something?
But would I? Absolutely.
Yes!
I would love one.
I promise you this. Next time I go to Home Depot and I see one, I'm going to buy 2 of them.
And we're going to set that for...
And then I'm going to throw 2 of my old rolling pads out of my house and make room for this thing because let me just try it. I bought in, it's an old infomercial, but painting is an old thing. So I think it's going to always apply, and I'm in. They sold me.
A tale as old as paint.
What was the lid thing?
Oh,
we didn't talk about that, but I'm interested in how that works.
Yeah. Oh, that was one of the things I wrote down. So it's called a fill tube.
We designed a special lid and a fill tube.
And I just wrote down, "Hi, I'm Fill Tube."
Phil?
That's what they would have done on QRB. Is they would have had, all right, look, let's look over here. We're going to fill up another paint stick. Who we have here? Oh, I'm Fill Tube. Oh, Phil, get it. Hey, get out of here. It's a piece of junk, Phil.
This is a piece of junk,
Phil!
Man, my paint stick is empty.
Whoa.
It feels so good.
I think that's all we got. Man, Mark, great showing for you.
I want to look like that guy.
Dave, you're right.
I look okay.
I think overall, though, I mean, it was a B+ infomercial. We put in a B+ effort. What do you want from us? Jesus.
What's the matter, smart ass? You don't know any fucking Shakespeare?
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you all for tuning in. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, or follow on your preferred podcast medium. And for all things Call Now, visit callnowpodcast.com. And if you want to connect with the boys, you can find them at Call Now Podcast on Twitter and Instagram, or send them an email at callnowpodcast@gmail.com. And if you can't fight the urge to pick up the phone and call now, you can leave them a voice message at 617-356-7439. And if you call in the next 30 minutes, you might just be the next star of Call Now. Thanks again for listening, and we hope you tune in next time to Call Now.
Thank you for listening. This has been a B+ effort. We'll try harder next time.